Buongiorno and welcome to Autodromo Nazionale Monza, and it's time for Tier 3. It's round 7 of the season 12, and it's gonna be, I think, actually Storms first, who's gonna set a lap first. Good morning, Nimble. Let's see, so it's actually Storms who's gonna set his lap first. Good morning, Jabba. And so he's pushing the battery already on the very long straight, coming into Rettifilo. That is a Ferrari on the left, right actually, who's letting him through into the first chicane. He hits it really well, and using the battery again for the perfect exit. With those long straights, you really want to have those exits really good. And so he's coming into Della Roccia, breaking around the 100 meter board. He hits the apexes really good there into the two Lesmos. Here's first Lesmo 1, then Lesmo 2. Oh, he goes a bit deep there, and he opens up the DRS underneath the bridge of the banking, the really big banking here, and into Ascari he goes. He has still like 40% of battery left, so he has a lot to push here on the final straight. Good morning, Nick. And so he is coming into the final corner, into Parabolica. And here comes XD Storm, so it's going to be for the Alpine driver. And it's going to be a 18.780 for XD Storms. And that is Porsche with a 19.8. Woo, did his lap on the mediums. And so then we have a McLaren, that's Cardell, coming to the line. And for Cardell it's a 19.8 on the softs. And so then we have a Ferrari, that's Ifni starting his lap. And then you have Umbragos coming to the line. And Umbragos is going to set a 19.5. That was a really good lap from Maxi Storms there with an 18.7, who's now still like 7/10 in front of Umbra. Morning, Chris. And so the next one to the line is going to be it's Jan, who's actually invalidated his lap. The Tier 2 World Champion in Season 10, now in Tier 3. And let's see what he can bring us today. And so I think that's Dave coming to the line now. He is really low on battery. You see the back of his backlights flashing a bit there. And it's going to be an 19.2 for Dave. And he's still 5/10 behind XE Storms. And so then we have I think it's, no, who is it? It's an Alpine of XE Storms. So then we have, who's coming to the line? I think Porsche is gonna do another lap. Let's go on board with Jay Gullen. Jay Gullen just moved up from Tier 4 into Tier 3 now. Oh, and he invalidates it into the second chicane. Oh, what a real shame for him there. Oh, and he goes wide again. Yeah, and I think that was John in the background. Yeah, he's on the lap now. Oh, and you see him sliding there through the second Lesmo. He's gonna have a bit of a slipstream here from the Sauber in front. And he does a 53.679 in the second sector. It's looking pretty okay here for John. He's getting a bit of slipstream there from the kick Sauber. And so he has one corner to go to finalize his lap. Oh, Jabba, don't start this again. And so John is coming to the line now. And he has a Sauber, that's Jacob going into the pits. And it's John into P8 with a 21.1. So he is actually 1.3 seconds off. That's a really big gap. Will be difficult to close. Then we have Jack Alt into the Variante Ascari onto the the penultimate straight. And so he's coming into the final corner, into Parabolica, and he doesn't really hit the apex there, but it's a really wide corner, so it can happen, and you so it's not too bad, and it's a 20.2 for Jack Alt. He might have a bit more fuel there in his tank, and so it's NMX James as well, the championship leader, who sets a 19.9 into P9. Don't forget, it's short quali today, so these are the times. No one is going out in Q1 here, as we only have 15 drivers on the track. So then we have Bulldog, the Mercedes driver from Great Britain. He is gonna go into Parabolica. And you don't want to invalidate it here in the final corner. But it's looking very cleaner for Bulldog. Coming to the line now. And it's a 19.4. That's P5 for him. And so it is near the F1 saddle lap. Only Judy, Jay Cullen and MB haven't set a lap yet. Let's go on board with Judy, the Portuguese driver. Coming into the first Lesmo. And he's not really using the curb there on the exit, but it can be a better line from him. He's doing really safe to make sure he has set a lap. And so he's coming underneath the big banking of Monza. And so into Variante Ascari he goes. He hits the curb quite well. Oh, and he goes a bit wide there, but he keeps it valid. And so he has another lot battery left here, so it's going to be difficult for Yudi to make the final push to the line. He will lose some time there. He goes with 6th gear through the final corner. Yudi coming to the line now. What's going to be for FDR Yudi? It's P11 with a 20.1. Really good bank lap from him. And so we have a Sauber out on track. That's Jay Cullen who's going to set a lap. And Bulldog actually retires from session. I think he might have thought he wouldn't go quicker. It's really surprising there. But if it's his idea, then yeah, we will see. So it's Jay Cullen now, the tier 4 driver who's just moved up to tier 3 after that really good performance in Spain 2 weeks ago. Oh, and he goes wide over in Rettifilo. Oh, and he gotta go again. Will he have enough fuel here to go again, or does he need to pit again? Oh, and then Jack Alt made a mistake in his lap as well. It was 1 tenth up on his lap, but unfortunately he needed to back out. And so we have that Yudi, gonna go into the pit lane soon. And so we have Cardelf, the driver in P8, also just moved up for tier 4. Also going for a lap here. Into the second chicane, and he had a bit of a struggle there on the exit into the first Lasmo, and he goes really good, really nice through there. Oh, you hear the traction control kicking in there, and then up the DRS open underneath the banking into Ascari. He's 2 tenths up on his lap. He's looking around P6 now. Where is Cardelf gonna be after this lap? And so he has still, like Yudi had as well, not a lot of battery left, but it might be enough for him. Going really high in his gear there. And so he's coming to the line. He's actually going into the pit lane. That is really surprising for Cardelf. He might have made a mistake a bit, or lost a lot of time in the Ascari chicane. And so we have the championship leader of NMX James now going to set his second lap. Let's go on board with the championship leader. And so you hear the engine having a really tough time there, really high revs. And so into Rettifilo, he does it quite well there, hits the curbs really good. It's looking like a really good first sector for NMX James. And so he is 2 tenths up on his lap. It's, as I said, it was looking really good there, that first corner. And so into the first Lasmo actually, and so he doesn't go really wide there, which he normally would want to use there. But goes really well. If he actually goes second, it's a 19.0. And so he's still 3 tenths behind XC Storms. And NMX James, who we are on board with, is 2 tenths up on this lap. He's looking around P7 now, probably quicker than Porsche. And so he has 1 corner to go to make this lap a really good one. And here comes NMX James into the final corner. Good exit from him, pushing the final bit of battery he has left. It's 19.5 for NMX James. He gained a lot there in the finals, in the Ascari and Parabolica there. So that's a really good lap from him. And so we have Jay Cullen, who has backed out again of his lap. He only has a 38.0, but that's not going to be enough to set a good lap. And so we have MB, who's getting a slipstream of his teammate. Really good stuff here from the Ferrari team. Into Ascari. What is MB going to do? He's going underneath the Tag Heuer banners. And so he's coming into the final corner, into Parabolica. So he hits the apex quite well there. Could have used a bit more on the exit there, but it's looking good. Tight line for MB, and it's going to be P6 and 19.3 for MB. And so we have a lot of drivers out on track. Only Ifni, Nathan, Yojon and Jay Gullen in the pit lane. Let's see what the drivers can do. And so we have, let's go on board with Dave, who has backed out, I assume. Yep, Dave did. And so we have Nibblecat, the tier 4 driver, who's looking really good here in the beginning stages of the qualifying session here. Nibble actually is really underestimated sometimes here. And he is actually on a lap. He is 1 tenth up. Nibble is actually looking like he should be in tier 4. Tier 3, I mean. He's looking very quick, and that's a few car per hat. He's getting bit slipstream, and he's getting hauled up. Oh, and that was FDR Yudi actually who held him up. That's a real shame. Nibble might have thought, I need to back out, otherwise I'll be moved up to quicks. Nah, I'm just joking. So we have the XC Storms, who is on pole now, also on the lap. He's pushing his battery. How much time does XC Storm have left in it? He's 1.5 tenths still up on his lap. XC Storm showing a masterclass here in Monza, here in tier 3. Coming into the final corner comes XC Storms. To the line, bit of battery left. Where is XC Storms gonna put it? And what's gonna be? It's an 18.6. He lost a bit of time here in the final sector, but it's a really great lap here from XC Storms. And so let's go on board with Jay Gullen, the only one who hasn't really set a very competitive lap that yet. He's pushing his battery there. It's Williams moving out of the way. And so into the what's the corner name? De La Rocha. And yeah, I have the corner names next to me, so I gotta look sometimes. And so into the second last mo comes Jay Gullen, opens up the DRS. In the scooter, in the kick Sauber, while next year gonna be a Audi. And so here comes Jay Gullen with the special Sauber livery underneath the Tag Heuer sponsor banners. And so into the final corner. Tag Heuer getting sponsored here for no reason, but that's a side note. And so that's Jay Gullen now coming to the line. And what's going to be for Jay Gullen? It's P10 and 19.5. And so we have Jack Alt going to start this lap. And then the next one was, and that's Nibblecat, who just finished his lap, I guess, because he's really low on battery. It's a 19.3 for him. And so we have Umber Ghost now on the lap. The Greek driver from McLaren, who were having a really strong lineup at the beginning of the season with Umber Ghost and Hasbras. Hasbras was moved up after a few races to tier 2. But Umbergo's still here, looking to get that good performance, and oh, he's getting all up there and he goes really deep. Oh, and it was Judy again who's looking like he hauled up someone again. It's really hard on this track, but you gotta be careful. The track isn't that big, but when people are going out at the final moment to set their laps, you want to make sure you move out of the way early enough. And so it's 1 minute left on the clock, and oh, Ghost invalidates his lap, and it's over for Ghost. He's not going to be able to regain his battery, and so it's going to be over for him. So we have Ifni, who's maybe going to beat Storms here. It's going to be difficult. Let's go on board with Nimblecat. One of the first guys with MB was going to set a lap into Rettifilo. You hear the front tires looking up there. Oh, a bit of slide there out of the first chicane. Oh, he goes on the grass. I think he says enough. Yep, Nimblecat backs out here. That's a real shame for him. And so we have NMX James, actually, who just finished his lap, and into P5 goes the championship leader. So let's go on board with MB, who's going to be the first one to the line. And he's 7/10 up on his lap. He's going to look to beat XD Storms here. He has a lot of battery left. If he is smart, he might leave some battery for the final corner. Let's see where MB is going to put it. Into the final corner goes MB, the Ferrari driver. Where is he going to put it? Out of Parabolica. Oh, he nearly invalidates there. And it's a 18.7. He lost a bit of time there in the final sector, but still P2 for the Ferrari driver. So next up to the line is gonna be Cardell, the teammate of Ghost, coming to the line with the beautiful silver McLaren livery. Here comes Cardell. Where he's gonna put it? He stays P13. He didn't improve. And so Johan is also coming to the line. 19.8. P13 as well. So then we have Jay Gunning backing out. It's Judy to the line now. P13 for him. Really close here at the back. And that is Ifni. Oh, really close to XC Storms, but didn't make it. And so that is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And it's XD Storms who takes pole position. And then we have Ifni and MB, the two Ferrari drivers, in 2 and 3. And then you have Dave in P4, Nimblecat in P5, NMX James in P6, who is going to be careful here with Ifni, who is close. He has a bit of a championship lead here, but he got to be careful. So that's a real shame for him. In the Drive Championship, NMX James has 122 points. Then you have the MV, who is a reserve, who has 107 points. Then you have Porsche with 97. Then Super Skills. Then Judy. So you got to be careful as NMX James to keep consistent here. Although he has a bit of a gap with to the drivers behind. With Porsche, his championship rival in P8, so still behind him. But let's see what the race can bring us. So what's going to be for the drivers? It's going to be a tactic strategy here. Are you going for the 2-stop or the 1-stop? Probably the 1-stop here. As you doesn't gain a lot here with an undercut, as the corners there aren't that much corners, so you won't gain a lot. Maybe a bit on exits and a bit on corner entry and mid corner, but there's a lot of straights, so that's just pure pace. People are gonna run really low wings here. So we will see really high top speeds here on the very long straight of Monza. So let's see how it's looking. It's a lot of guys on hards. Porsche is going aggressive with softs. but we will see the rest later. Some guys might do a jinx at the final moment to make sure others don't go with their strategy. So you want to play that tactic strategy here. Strategy gonna be really important, as you will have a big DRS train from last to first probably, as this grid is so competitive. And so yes, there we are for the formation lap, and it's gonna what are the tires looking at? And so yeah, Post jinxed it. We said he was looking for softs, but it's gonna be mediums. And so we have Exy Storms and Ifty on the hards, then you have MB on the mediums. So the Ferrari drive is going down the round probably with hard medium and a medium hard strategy. They gotta be careful if there comes a safety car early in the race for Ifty and all the other hard drivers, as you will lose a lot of time then, and you are needed to go for the 2-stop, as you can't go to the hards again. And so you have Dave actually in P4, who hasn't had the season he has wanted to be. He was really quick in the rounds before this, but he unfortunately crashed in Imola. And so he lost a lot of points to NMX James and all the other drivers who are ahead of him in the driver championship. But I'm sure Dave can get that back. And so you have Nimble on the mediums. NMX James going for the alternative strategy on the hards. Then Amber goes also on the hards. Porsche on the mediums. Nate on the hards. Bulldog on the mediums. Jack Alt on the hards. Gullen on the hards as well. Yuri on the mediums. Yochi on the hards. And Cardelf on the mediums. So most of the drivers are starting on the hards here. It's 9 to 6. So let's see what it will bring. And XC Storms is already looking to go into his grid slot. You don't want to park out of your grid slot, because you will be set back then, and then you will have a big problem on the start. You don't want to have that with Ifni and MB for the home Grand Prix of Ferrari here. You don't want to lose that. Oh, and MB goes a bit out of grid slot and is disqualified on the formation lap. And that same happens for Jack Alt. The number goes who weren't able to park in the grid slots. And so it's time to go here. What is it gonna be? And so you have a Ferrari and Alpine on the front row, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Italy, and it is lights out, and away we go. Ifty is looking like he has a better start, but it's still XC Storms who has a better start, and he is defending Ifty there. Ifty is going up the inside. Oh, a big crash in the background. Oh, a big crash, carnage here. Oh, and a big pile up here at the back. But it's Ifty who leads the Grand Prix to 5 tenths in front of XC Storms, and it's Dave into P3. What a big crash there in the first chicane. It's always carnage there, but you gotta be careful. And so it's Jack Alf who passed Nimble. Nimble has a really poor start here. It's really unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver. And oh, Cardelf crashes into Nimble. The old rivals still going at it with each other, and all that plus Amber goes in the background who went off. And so MB also had a really bad start, down to P13. He lost 10 positions, and Nimble is getting passed by Jack. So that was the first lap here. Let's see what the difference are from... wait. Position changes. And so it's XC Storms getting passed here by Dave. XC Storms going off the track. You gotta give the position back here. Dave might go into the slipstream here to get the overtake done. And yes, there comes Dave. I think XC Storms is letting it through just for the tactic. And it's Bulldog, Nimblecat and Yuri into the pit lane. Probably front wing damage for all of them, because of that big crash in the first corner. So it's an NMX James and Porsche here going at it. The two championship rivals here. Porsche is still 30 points behind, but he's still his championship rival. And Animax's James is through in before De La Rocha. And so you see how many places are lost. Ifty is up 1, Dave is up 2, and Jay Gunn and Johan. Jay Gunn up 6 and Johan up 7. They really were lucky with the start. And then you have Cardelf on a crash in the background. It's Bulldog who went off, or no, I think he cut the corner. And so he gets a 3-second penalty. Might be removed out of the race because it's not if he tried to do the chicane. But let's see. And so you have MB who lost 8 positions, Umbra with 5, SRL Bulldog with 3, 9 for Nimble and 2 for Yudi. Really shame for those guys. And so we have the big DRS train that we were expecting, and Dave sets the fastest lap. It's a DRS train from 1 to 3rd, but the people are still close. Animax James only 1.2 behind. Johan is through on Jake Gullen. Oh, he slides there. You see, he's struggling on the rears, but Jake Gullen stays ahead. He has not as much battery as Johan, although Johan is pushing here. Jake Gullen tries to hold on, but it's gonna be Johan looking on the outside. Is he going up the inside? No, he backs out and he thinks better of it. It's still 24 laps to go. Yeah, still a lot of time. Oh, a bit of snap there from Johan. So they are losing a lot of time here to Animax James. Animax James actually also losing some time here to XC Storms because of the DRS train that's ahead, and it's going to be really difficult for him to catch them. And so Johan gonna try it again, maybe? No, he's gonna wait a bit longer. But don't forget, safety car is always possible. I don't want to make the comms curse work again. But let's hope not. Jay Gunner is... Oh, he's playing DRS chicken here. That's not what we want to see here. And Johan goes a bit wide in the corner. Oh, Jay Gunner nearly on the stairs into Johan. And so it's Jay Gunner now going for an overtake here. Into Sepsiu. Opens up the DRS. It's going up the inside. Into at the Philo. Goes later on brakes. And oh, he leaves the space to Johan. Oh, and Johan has a much better exit. And Jay Gunn is trying to go back at him. There was a bit of carnage there with Nathan and Porsche, I think, in the background. But Jay Gunn is still next to Johan into De La Rocha. It's a really difficult corner to overtake. And oh, Johan needed to back out there. Oh, a bit of snap there as well. But Jay Gunn stays in front. And so Judy lost the position to Nimblecat. And so Animax James has now gained a bit here on XC Storms and Dave and Ifney. Ifney who has Dave and XC Storms really close to his back. Ifney gotta make sure he has enough battery, but Dave is going through and it is into the lead of the Grand Prix. And so Dave is up 3, and that's Johan going through on Jay Gunn again. I hope it's not DRS chicken again. Because last time we heard him lift. And so, is Jay Gunn having damage actually? I thought I saw him losing an end plate. Oh, and that's a bit of weaving there. Nathan looking for an overtake as well. He's going through on Johan. It's Jan going around, staying around the outside. He gotta leave the space to F7R Nathan. And F7R Nathan is through on Johan. You don't forget to stay with Jay Gunn, who is 1.1 seconds ahead. Nathan gotta push here to stay with Jay Gunn. Jay Gunn who has front wing damage. It's gonna be difficult for him in this type of corners like De La Rocha and Ascari to keep that pace on. And Animax James, guys, has catched up to XC Storms. XC Storms not showing the pace he was looking to have in the race earlier in qualifying. But Animax James is through on XC Storms. And this is looking really good here for the championship leader, who's still in the DRS of Dave Devs. Who's really closer to FD. I think Dave Devs and FD are trying to work together here, maybe to pull away from Porsche. James, and that is MP, who is through on Nathan. Nathan might have made a mistake here in the background. Was out of the broadcast, but he has made a mistake as it looks, and so Nathan is taking the title line, and MP is through. Still, they both have DRS because Porsche and Jack Alt are going at it with each other into the first corner. Porsche goes late on the brakes. Oh, Jack Alt didn't know he was still there. Porsche brake less hard into the corner and managed to get back near Jack. And so Jack is going side by side with Porsche. Oh, they're leaving each other the space. Really clean racing here, and Jack Alt stays in front. And so MP is taking advantage of this, and Porsche, who had the bad exit, is now back to P9. And oh, that wasn't a really good exit there for MB, but Porsche doesn't have a good exit either, so MB can stay in front. So you can see the gaps are starting to form now a bit. You still have some DRS strains. Don't forget, Ghost, for example, had a big crash in the first couple of laps, so he has gained a lot. He's showing really good pace here. He might go for a good overcut on the driver's head to maybe score a bit more points. Don't forget, everyone gets points now, so there's no need to retire. And that is the first driver into the pit lane. It's Nathan, who is on the hards. Does he have damage maybe? So let's see, let's stay on board for his pit stop. So he is going into the pit lane, and he doesn't have front wing damage. He's going for the 2-stop onto the mediums, goes F7R Nathan. Bit of lag there. Might have been my internet, so apologies for that. And so then you have Bulldog, who pitted early as well, who is through. And there you have in the background Yuri and Nibblecat going at it. Nibblecat is through on Yuri, the two friends from England and Portugal. Yuri gotta hang on here to Nibblecat, but he didn't have a really good Retafilo. And oh, that actually storms with a 3-second time penalty. This is not really good for him to have the chance at the podium. And so Ifni is passed by Dave Devs here, and Dave Dev is back into the lead of the Grand Prix. But this is not looking good for Axie Storms here. He has a big gap to Yojian, who has Jay Gunn right on his tail. Jay Gunn goes a bit wide in Parabolica, and at the front it's Ifni and Dave Dev going at it. And oh, Dave Dev going around the outside, but Ifni keeps makes the overtake work, and so Ifni is back into the lead. And in P5 and P6 you have Yohan and Jay Gullen, who are losing a lot of time here to the guys in front. XD Storms, if there comes a safety car, they are able to pit without losing any positions, because of the hard fighting between Yohan and Jay Gullen, who actually had a big gap earlier to MB behind. These guys are driving so clean that they are losing so much time here. You gotta stay clean, of course, you always need to be. The only downside of that is that you're gonna lose a bit of time there. Actually, Storm's actually struggling here to hold on. Is he? Yeah, he is on the harder compound. But the drivers in front are also on the hards, and that's it's a caution in sector 2. That is Unity, who is round. Don't know what happened there, but that's a real shame for him. And so Ifni is actually Dave has NMX James right on his tail. You want to make sure he stays behind to gain a bit on the championship leader if you want to have a chance still at the driver championship. And so you have Dave Dav still in front of NMX James. And oh, that's Yohan and Jay Gunn going at it again. Oh, they are fighting really hard here. Yohan leaving a lot of space on the exit for Jay Gunn. Jay Gunn has the better exit, but Yohan has way more battery than Jay Gunn. Jay Gunn might have pushed a lot to stay in in the DRS and maybe make even the overtaking Rettifilo into Della Rocha. And John stays in front of Jay Gullen. Jay Gullen looking to have a bad exit here. He gotta take clever of it and stay behind. And again, it's Dave Deft and Ifney going together. Oh, and that's Dave Deft getting a 3-second time penalty. Is not gonna be happy with that. It's gonna ruin his chances for the win here. And that's Jay Gullen and John going at it again. And Jay Gullen is through on John. John trying to hold on to Jay Gullen. Although Jay Gullen has front wing damage, Jay Gullen is looking very strong here. Jay Gullen trying to let John by, trying to save a bit of battery for the DRS. And if he is through again on Dave Devs, Dave Dev had a really hard look up there. And it's Jack Alt and MB going at it with each other. MB might have had a worse exit than Jack Alt, and it's Jay Gullen and John going at it again into Rettifilo. Oh, that's a Ferrari. That's MB looking up the inside, and Jack Alt is going around the outside of Rettifilo, and he's nearly through on MB, but MB has way more straight line speed than Jack. And he stays in front. And oh, that's Umbra goes actually taking advantage of this. Into P8 he goes. But Jack, oh, and he goes deep. He has front wing damage. He might have caused the lockup maybe because of that. You will lose a bit of pressure on the front wing, so you will have less downforce. So that's not ideal to have. But it's still, yeah. It's still like that. And ooh, Jay Gullen picks up a 3-second penalty as well. It's raining penalties a bit here. And it's Yuri into the pit lane. And they have a bit of a gap here, Jay Gullen and John. You could have think about pulling away, but it's looking like Jay Gullen doesn't want to pass John. And that is XD Storms into the pit lane. He's going to look for the 2-stop. He's not going to make it with a set of mediums. You're not going to be able to do 17 laps on those tires. He only did 10 on this one. It's going to be difficult for him. And it's for the Ferrari of MB into the pit lane as well. He is on the mediums, so he might go to the hards here to go till the end. And oh, that's Jay Gullen picking up another time penalty here. It's 6 seconds already for him. And oh, he's trying to go at it with John. Good morning, Adam. And thanks, Adam. So John stays in front of Jay Gullen, and he's trying to hold on. Oh, John is disconnected. We'll try to invite him back as soon as possible. Where is John? Yeah, here he is. You got your invites, mate. So let's stay on the action. This is not going to be good for Jay Gullen. We lost a lot of time there. And oh, that's the caution in sector 2. That is Cardell. Oh, and he went into the barriers. He lost his whole front wing. This is not looking good for the McLaren driver. But he should be happy that he at least didn't retire or crash. Because he can still gain a bit of points. And oh, he goes deep. He's struggling to hold on with that front wing damage. Oh, he's cutting the corner just to not lose too much time. And that is Jay Gullen and John into the pit lane. They are staying with each other. This might not be ideal for John if he wanted to go long on those hard tires. We didn't really have a choice here as his AI went into the pit lane. And that's Cardell who went straight, and that is a safety car, I guess. Wow, Cardell just went straight on. Oh, that's a real shame for him. And so this is good for the guys who had a big crash in the opening laps. Like Nibblecat, who is now into the pit lane again. He's going on to the hards, as I assume. Yes, he does. Let's have a look on the tires for all the drivers. This is not ideal as well for XC Storms. Yes, Nibblecat goes on to new tires. And why does XC Storm actually pick up a penalty there? I think he went off track for no reason. Which is a bit of a stupid action there. This wasn't needed. Oh, he purposely crashed down. That's a real shame. That's not what we want to like to see. Oh no, that's Jay Gullen. Did I see that right? That got a penalty? Wait. Yeah, Jay Gullen got the drive-through penalty. He went too quick. Yeah, it is annoying, Nathan, but it is what it is. Yeah. There's no reason to retire as you still would get points, no matter what. And so did Ifni overtake him in the pit lane? Dave Dafs and Ifni on the mediums who are gonna struggle here to make it till the end of the race. They're gonna save tires through the whole stint. It's gonna be real difficult here for both Ferrari engines. So NMX James has a really strong chance here on those hard tires to make this strategy work. Also XD Storms, who is behind him, is on the mediums. So actually the only one that might be a possible threat here for NMX James is MB. Oh, we see Cardell trying to tell MB to pit. Wait, sorry, you're not Cardell. Sorry, Manziva. My apologies, I thought you were Cardell for some reason. So yeah, you have Ifni, Dave Dav, NMX James, then XC Storms, who are already at near the safety car. MB is probably trying to push a bit to catch up. He is actually pushing like he normally would. He's only one step down on this personal best lap in this race. Everyone is pitted here. Porsche, only the driver who just pitted before the safety car with and that are XD Storms, MB, Porsche and FDR Yudi. Nimblecat went in straight at the moment that the safety car went out. He was a bit lucky with that, and so everyone is going to be able to catch up again. Everyone is back. Everything is going back to zero. Chances are back for everyone to get better positions and even podiums. Driver's got to be careful into Retafilo, as it's going to be Carnes probably again. So let's look at position changes. It's still Joachim was up 7 actually still and Jack Alt up 5. And the biggest loss is for Nemelkat, who had a really amazing qualifying and is now down to P13 and he has lost 8 positions. But there is still 13 laps to race. So there's still some chances for him. And this might be, and also that drive-through for Jay Gullen might be a big problem here. He needs to serve it when the lap after the safety car went in, as you can't serve a drive-through penalty under the safety car. So Jay Gullen is gonna be careful here, and you gotta stay on, always keep going. If there comes another safety car, which the chances are still possible with this carnage in this grid that we had in the first lap, there's still a big chance we gonna have one later in this race. There are only two drivers who need to catch up still, and that are Nimblecat, who is just lifting there a bit. I think he's trying to warm up his tires still a bit. And you have Yudi also in P14. It's looking like Nimble's trying to hold on to a sort of delta, but no reason. I don't get why. Because there's no delta on the safety car. And so everyone is trying to warm up the tires. So the grid, people are getting back into the positions they were earlier. MB lost a lot of positions in the opening lap. Is now back up to P5. And so you have Jack, who didn't practice for this race, looking really good here in P6. So Jack Alt's looking strong. This is gonna be this safety car is going to be a big problem for the guys with penalties, as you will lose the positions even quicker as people are way close to each other. And I think that was Nimble going a bit deep there, or maybe a bit of a pile up. That can happen if people are trying to warm up the tires in a safety car. I will do, mate. Let's see. Soapy Gamer, here you go. The only one on hards are NMX James, MB, Porch, Nathan, Nibblecat and Yodi. And so it is safety car in this lap. I'm going to close the tires. We're gonna focus on to the restart. Ifty is gonna lead us on the way. There's happening something in the background. That's John who went for an overtake for some reason. Mediums will definitely have, the guys on mediums will definitely have a problem. Yes, NMX James and MB have really strong chances here. So, but it's FD who is weaving the tires. Dave Dev's going the Kimi Raikkonen away. Just going a bit of using the throttle and the brakes to warm up the tires. FD is trying to warm up, whips weaving around, and FD goes. And Dave is a bit far behind there. It's 5/10 already, and NMX James is right under the tail. Oh, and FD is actually going to try and warm up the tires still. He has really cool tires than I would guess. And that's Jake Gullen going through on Umber Goes sticks up the inside into the second corner of Retafilo. But Jake Gullen is through on Umber Ghost. And that in front it's Dave Devs looking on FD. He's going later on the brakes, probably. No, he's staying behind. He knows better of it. It's still 12 laps to go. And oh, that's Jack Al picking it up. A 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And oh, he lost a bit of positions there as well. This is not good for Jack Alt. And so we have still Ifty in the lead. Then we have Dave Devs in P2, who's right behind Ifty. Into 15 goes Dave Devs, but he thinks better of it. Dave actually having pushed a lot of battery here compared to Ifty. Ifty still has around 60% of battery. Dave Devs on the other hand has around 50. And NMX James is looking really close, and NMX James is going for a move here. He's pushing and he goes around the outside of Parabolica. Oh, and they nearly crash into each other. But it is the Williams and the Haas going at it with each other. DRS is enabled, not for this straight yet, but it is. And Dave who stays in front. Pardon. So it is actually Storms who is round actually. Oh, and I think he had a rear lookup. Oh, and Yudi gets wing damage there. Was a bit of a pile up in Retafilo, and so Yudi has front wing damage. I hope it's only his rear front left end plate, so it's not too much of damage. And so it's probably because of that he crashed into Nibblecat. And so we have still a very big train here from P1 to P10. It's from FD to Bulldog. Nathan also really close to Bulldog still with 1.3 seconds. Like we said, the DRS train is still really possible stuff here to happen, and that's actually Storms who's through on Yudi. Yudi is probably going to try to make it to the pit lane and just finish this race. It's not what he wanted to be this race. He has showed some really strong pace earlier. He's probably struggling around this track, and it might not be his favorite. And so that's Johan who starts the fastest lap, and that's Jake Gunner into the pit lane. Did he get front wing damage? Did he maybe crash into XC Storms? Is that the reason for the problems, or is he no, he doesn't have damage. He's just going to pit for the final. Oh wait, he's gonna surface drive-through. Sorry, I was a bit confused there. But of course he has to surface drive-through penalty. You gotta serve that within 3 laps after a safety car, or within 3 laps if there isn't a safety car VSC. And so you have Jack Alt closing in here on Johan. Johan looking very strong here. He had a really good battle early in this race with Jay Gullen. But now he is fighting with MB and actually fighting for a podium here. With 2 drivers in front of Dave Devs and MB who are having time penalties. And NMX James actually went a bit deep there. And that's a Bulldog picking up a penalty. I think that's like 9 seconds already for Bulldog. Well, let's have a look. And it is 6 seconds only for Bulldog. 6 only, not only really. So Johan is having a better exit out of Parabolica. He's using the slipstream, but NB is looking like he has a bit more lower wings. But Johan is going to try go for the move here. He's going later on the brakes, and then James gives him a bit of dirty air. Oh, they collide there in Rettifilo. Oh, Johan struggling on the exit, but it is Johan who stays behind, and MB keeps the position. And so we have Ifni still leading, Dave Devs in P2 and Max James in P3. And so that's Nimblecat actually and Bulldog going at it. Oh, what a move from Nimblecat there. Very beautiful there in Del Rocha. And he is through the tier 4 drive, and that is Nathan and Bulldog actually going at it as well into the last post. Not a place where you... Whoa! And Nathan crashes into the wall. He didn't get the space he wanted to have from Bulldog, and that's a real shame for F7R Nathan. You gotta be careful he doesn't get DSQ'd there, as he was driving a bit backwards there. But he didn't, as it looks. I hope. Nope, he's just letting Chicken through. And oh, that's Judy picking up a penalty. And that is Ifni who is through on Dave Steff. Ifni, I think Dave Steff might have looked for a move there on Ifni. But here comes Dave Steff into Rettifilo. He's gonna be through very early already. Into Rettifilo. Ifni is still next to Dave, but Dave is leaving the space on the outside. It's Ifni who has the better exit, and it's Ifni who stays in front. Real shame from Nathan there with that fight with Bulldog in the last most. It's not a really good place to overtake. It's a real shame for him. But Nathan knows he gotta keep going, as if he finishes, he will get 2 points for the championship. Which might be a big decider at the end of the season. And so you have Umber goes through on Poch. Umber goes through is now 2.7 seconds behind Jack Alt. And Johan made a mistake there out of the second last mo. And that's also FDR Yoding into the wall. Oh, Yodi is not having the race he wanted. Real shame for him. And oh, that's NMX James as well, picking up a 3-second penalty. Ifni gotta be sure he doesn't pick up any penalty, and he will be able to get the win here. Or there are drivers behind who are maybe being able to stay and remove their penalty. And so that is Dave into the pit lane. Those mediums weren't gonna be able to make it till the end of the race. We already knew that. People are gonna struggle, and that's Axie Storms in as well. Axie Storms, who was having a really strong race, looking for a podium, and now is really far at the back. He has damage. And so you have Yuri in P11 now. Jay Gullen into P12. I think he hasn't pitted yet, so Jay Gullen is gonna struggle at the end of this race. And so we have Ifni to MB. Ifni might have to pit again. Ifni gotta push really hard here. He's probably gonna pit this lap. He is on 8 lap of medium tires. Mediums won't be able to get another 7 laps. So Ifni gotta push here. He is 4 tenths up on his personal best. But he gotta think clever here as well as MB. His teammate is in P2. So 1-2 Ferrari, who is trying to hold on to NMX James. NMX James going on the inside of Parabolica. He should have waited here as the DRS detection zone is right here in front. And yes, that is Ifni into the pit lane. MB does have the DRS here, and MB goes back into the lead of the Grand Prix. NMX James just got to be sure to make it till the end of the race and think clever and not crash here. as he has the better strategy here than any other driver. Joachim Jan, who is 4.7 seconds back, is in the threat as well to NMX James. And then you have Porsche in P4. This is looking good for Porsche if he can get those points. Points and maybe even a podium, as he is in the 3 seconds. He is actually in DRS as well, Jan, who has a 3-second penalty. So if Porsche can stay in that 3-second gap, it would be better if he can stay in the DRS as well. Then he might be able to get the podium and not lose too much points to NMX James, who is in P2. Joachim probably needs to pit again, as he is as well on the mediums, or he needs to save. But we have seen earlier in this race that he is struggling with the tires, especially on the rears. And that is Judy through on Jack Alt through on Judy. Jack Alt probably picked up a penalty on the exit of the second Lasmo and got his second time penalty of this race. And so that is Joachim into the pit lane. As I said, the mediums can't hold on till the end. And so Joachim is going into the pit lane. Where is he gonna end up? He is here for his trial race. Joachim now coming out of the pit lane. That is Dave Deff, who set the fast lap a 21.173 on his mediums. And so that's Jack Alt now also passing Joachim. Joachim is gonna be behind Jake Gullen. No way, Jake Gullen goes into the pit lane. Joachim is behind FDR Judy. FDR Judy does have that front left wing end plate that he is missing, so Joachim is probably going to be able to pass him pretty soon, as he is on the newer tires. Judy on those old hard tires, who is going to struggle here to keep that P10. And that is Umbergos and Bulldog going at it. It's Bulldog through, and Umbergos does have more batteries, so he might be able to gain a bit more gain and maybe pass him again on this straight or on the main straight to Ratafilo. Into Parabolica goes Umbergos. He has a bit of front wing damage. But they are going at it. Oh, Bulldog slots in behind. He was trying to jinx it to go into the pit lane and make Umbergo go in as well. But that didn't work. Ifni is 7.5 seconds behind. Ifni gotta really push it to not lose too much here to Bulldog and all the drivers in front. And that is NMX James actually, who went to the pit lane. He was on the hard tires, but for some reason he went into the pit lane with only 4 laps to go. And so he got a push here. NMX James trying to look a bit on Jack Alt here, but Jack Alt has a bit more battery and stays in front of the Williams driver. Really strange decision here from NMX James. With that he switched to the mediums, to be honest, there's no reason to do that. With those hards, probably would have been able to hold on till the end of the race, but it's not my decision. And so we have MB, who is leading by 7.7 seconds. MB knows that he's just gonna make it till the end of the race on those hard tires. It's gonna be very easy. Then you have Porsche, who's gonna gain with this strategy of NMX James a lot of points here. And oh, that's Bulldog picking up a 10-second penalty. He is on those medium tires as well. And so that's Bulldog going for the softs here. And you see it, that's why he probably didn't do another lap and gave up so early in qualifying. Oh, and that's a yellow flag. That is Dave Debs, who went off. And so Dave is straight behind Ifni again. And so you see the pack is really mixed up here. You have MP leading the race with 8.2 seconds ahead of Porsche. Then you have Nipplecat, the tier 4 driver, in P3. who is actually still into the DRS of the driver in P3. Porsche in the championship. Porsche is struggling there in Ascari, and Nimblecat is gaining on him. Will Nimblecat pass him soon, or is he gonna make use of Porsche? And oh, that's actually Storms picking up another time penalty. So does Jay Gillen. It's raining penalties here for a lot of drivers. It's only Porsche, Nimblecat, Umberghost, Ifni and Nathan without penalties. Nathan is not going to be able to get any advantages because of that crash he had with Bulldog earlier in this race. He's 51 seconds behind. I think he's already lapped. Yes, he is lapped already. Nathan just went into the pit lane for the soft tires. As it looks, it's gonna be MB who is gonna win this race. Yes, how many seconds of penalties? Only 3 second penalty. 3 seconds of penalties, and that is Bulldog through on Yudi. You are noticing, oh, that is actually Storms who went really late on the brakes. Probably needed to move out of the way of Yudi, and oh, he lost a lot of time there. I hope he doesn't. Oh, and he picks up a 3 seconds as well. That's really weird from the game, as he couldn't go really elsewhere. And so you have Yudi then, who probably caused this 3 second penalty for XC Storms. It's a real shame. And so you have Bulldog picking up another penalty out of this first lap Smo. And as I said, it's raining. It's raining penalties. And oh, Yudi made a mistake there. Is XC Storms going to make a move here into Ascari? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, Yudi goes really tight there into the first corner of Ascari. But he stays in front. They are both very low on battery. And so you have Ifni through on Umberghost. Umberghost probably on those old medium tires. Yes, he is on 14 lap old mediums. It's the final lap of the race. Umberghost might have been really smart here to stay on those older mediums. If he can hold on, he might get a P5 here, which is really good for the championship. It's just MB who's got to hold on for one more sector. He has 1 sector to go now. He has a gap of 10 seconds to Porsche. Then you have Nimble in P3. He is 3 tenths behind. Is Nimble going to make a move? No, he's staying behind. He might go for the better exit. And Omer goes lost a lot in this final lap. And it's Dave Debs who's through now as well. But Dave has that 3 second penalty. But it's gonna be MB to the line. MB wins his first Grand Prix here in Monza for the Tifosi here with Ferrari. And so that's Porsche to the line as well. He's very happy with this result. Then you have Nimblecat in P3, Ifni in P4 with damage limitation. Then you have Dave who goes down to P6. Emmer goes to P5. And the Max James is going to the line. He's going to lose a lot of points with this race. It's P7 for him. Then you have Yojian in P8. Jack Alt in P9. Then you have Bulldog to the line in P10. It's not probably the race he wanted to have, and he has an unserved 10 second penalty, and that's XC Storms into P10. Actually UD because of penalties, and you have only Jay Cullen now, who is the final one to finish. And that was the race here on Autodromo Nazionale Monza. So there we have it. There is Ifni, who is really happy with this win. He is from England. He has the German flag, but he is from England, and so that he won the race. So it's wait, MB. My apologies, MB from Germany. My apologies, MB. I thought it was someone else. And Dave set the fastest lap. I will have a look who's going to be driver today. Most overtakes are from Umberghost, and the cleanest driver today was Ifni. So you have MB in first, second Porsche, P3 for Nimblecat, P4 Ifni, Then Umber goes Dave with the fast lap as well in P6. Then NMX James P7. P8 is for Joachon, the reserve, the Tier 2 world champion. Then you have Jack Alt, FDR Yudi, XD Storms, SRO Bulldog, Jigglen, Nathan, and Cardelf. And I think who's gonna get the drive of the day? I think MB deserves it. Great recovery drive from him. He started P3, went down to P13, and on I think maybe his first race, if I'm right, he won here. Really good performance for him. So MB gets the driver of the day. Nimble, are you in the chat, mate, or not? Because otherwise we're gonna just move on to MB. Yeah, let's just move on to MB. I haven't heard anything from Porch or Nimblecat, so let's move on to MB. Can you hear us, mate? Can you talk, please? MB, are you there, mate? Let's see. Let's. Hello. Okay, there he is. Okay. Wait, MB, this was your first race, I assume, or not in Tier 3? Oh, it's your second race. Oh, okay. So really great performance here. Your first win in the Ferrari as well. And so, talk us through your race, mate. Yeah, there are people in the chat are saying they don't hear you. There's no reason, there's no way you can hear them. I think because it's through the lobby. As you are on the Xbox, we can't use Discord for the call and to do the interviews, so it's probably going to be difficult. So I think then it is what it is. I will try to be on PC next time, so then if you win, we will be able to do the interviews. So then it will happen. Don't worry. So apologies for that. Then next time it will be fixed. And oh wait, is your second win as well? Damn. You're cooking, mate. Okay, to go celebrate it with your teammates. Really strong performance. I'm gonna end the stream then. Have a good day. Okay, guys, this was the race then here in Tier 3. I was very happy to have you here. Let's see what the next race can bring us. Have a great day. Ciao.